Good morning!
Wow.
We're inside the van. See, I told you, I knew it.
Okay, we are a little bit out of practice. It has been a long time. It's been about, well, since the road trip really that we've actually vlogged together like this. But yeah, we're back out in the van. We've had just an insane 4 months that really took our attention away from the YouTube, but we are coming back strong in the new year. And we're kicking that off with this winter van life trip, which hopefully is gonna go well. I mean, we're already here, so.
Yeah, we've been here. We were here one night already. We have this little heater inside the van and it does get cold. So, yeah.
We were hoping to try this out like in actual winter temperatures or weather, I should say, but there is no snow on the ground, which is very weird for mid-December, but it's still cold. We don't have a lot of plans. We're here at Macgregor Point. Really all we plan to do today is a whole bunch of campfire and a whole bunch of campfire cooking. So we're gonna bring you along with us to try out some new cold camping recipes. I think these ones are going to be winners, at least one of them, hopefully. So I think enough talking, let's get cooking.
It's a lot of soups. Let's go. Hello. So we're gonna try to not use the stove and cook completely over the campfire. So we have 2 pots going. This one is for coffee because we haven't had any and I totally forgot to bring the French press. So we're gonna do that in here. And this is water boiling for the rest of the food.
Not sure how Andy plans to make coffee without the French press, but I guess we'll see what happens.
Okay, I saw this thing on YouTube. It's called the Swedish dunk, and basically is you do lunges with it after the coffee is done brewing to like knock the grounds to the bottom. So we're gonna try that, and if it fails, we're gonna drink some grindy coffee.
All right, test time. Andy's gonna
I already checked that this thing is going. So, like a normal coffee brew, after it's boiling, you take it off the fire. How much do you put? 3 spoonfuls.
I think you're gonna need more than that.
Okay, one more. 4 spoonfuls.
Okay, I have no idea how this is gonna work out.
Okay, and then I will leave it for a bit and we'll see what happens.
All right, we're back with the coffee. You don't look very confident in this plan.
I don't know. We're gonna try it. So I'm gonna remove as much of the grinds as possible.
Guys, this is proof that we don't always know what we're doing. Sometimes we just wing it. You just gotta, as I always say, you gotta go with the flow. Look at those fine scraping skills.
Okay. And then, I don't
now
know.
what?
So, people say to use gravity, you do this.
I'm sorry, can you show that one more time?
We're agitating it too much.
You look like you're getting ready for like the old ancient Olympics, you know, like some sort of like race with a bucket. It may have worked. It may have worked. Wow, that does look like a grindless coffee. Good job.
No grinds, at least on the first sip.
Now, you're probably wondering, what are we going to be cooking today? So we have a few recipes on the docket that we brought stuff for. We're not going to tell you all of them just yet, but we do know the very first thing we're going to cook is going to be a soup. And it's a delicious, thick and rich soup that we don't eat very often, but we do love. And it's going to be broccoli cheddar soup. So let's get cooking. Okay, so for our broccoli cheddar soup, we gotta start by cooking the onions a little bit. So I just put a little bit of butter in our
No, you didn't.
Macgregor pot. Andy put a little bit of butter in our Macgregor pot. I'm gonna chop up some onion. We're gonna throw that over the fire because that has to be cooked down before we put any of our liquids in there. So that's really all there is to it. How much onion would you like in your soup? Medium size? Small size? Both of them? 2. And Andy says 2 onions. He really likes his onions. All right, now that Andy's done making the coffee, there's space on the fire. I've got the onions in here. You can see right there. So I'm just gonna put the mangroves on the fire without the lid. There's butter in there too, so we're just gonna cook these down until they're translucent, and then we're gonna take them off the fire and make the rest of the soup before we put them back in. Oh yeah, it's looking creamy. Well, soup's ready just in time for lunchtime. Andy's just taking it off the fire now, and we're gonna try it out, see how it turned out.
The Macgregor's ladle to go with.
Oh my god, it actually smells really good.
Oh. It's so wonderful in this cold weather. Are you cold, Tia?
It's pretty cold outside. Hey guys, so it's been about minus 24 degrees here in Ontario for the last week or so, which makes it not as exciting to go outside. But we just got these in the mail from QUANTA VICI. Look at this awesome box they come in. And these are basically heated gloves. So put them on, press the button, and they've got wiring through them that keep your fingers nice and toasty. Okay, so we just spent a few hours inside the van because the snowfall just really started to come down. As you can see, it is a winter wonderland out here now compared to what it was before. But it's calmed down now, so I think we're gonna, oh, the lens isn't open properly. Here we go. I think we're gonna get the fire going again and maybe start cooking some more food. So first things first, fire. Annie just threw the pots on the campfire. What are we making for dinner?
This is something that I used to eat when I was super broke. Well, maybe not super broke, but they're just really delicious. It's like a one-pot pasta. Very low effort, so perfect for camping. All we're going to do is we're going to get this up to temperature and boil some pasta. Then step number 2 is to add some pre-made pasta sauce right to it, but then add our own seasonings, so like onion, because we have plenty of that. And then at the end, we're gonna let it cook down. Oh, I forgot, we're also gonna add some ground beef to it, and then we're gonna let it cook down, let it all simmer, get nice and tasty, and then we're gonna add some cheese into it to make it creamy. We're using a penne al dente in 10, 11 to 12 minutes. Doesn't actually always do that, especially when cooking a pot like this. Perfect. All right, now you gotta have to stir this thing very often, or you'll, do the unthinkable.
The sticking, the burning.
Yeah, the sticking, the burning.
The burn sticking.
The terrible cleanup. The very sad I don't have any dinner. All of the above.
All right, we did not wrap up last night because we forgot to, but we didn't really do much. After we finished cooking dinner, we sat around the fire for a little bit, and then it started to get really cold, so we decided to pack it in. It was actually right in time also because it started to snow again, and we basically spent the rest of the evening in the van just hanging out, chatting, playing some games. And that was it for our first winter camping trip. It was pretty much just like chilling out and cooking over the campfire, which is, something we love to do. Andy, how do you feel about our first winter camping trip?
Good. It got a little cold. I think I need to rethink some of the things that I'm wearing. But other than that, it was great.
Okay, so last winter, we talked about winter camping in a tent and we slept in the backyard. What do you think in comparison, the tent versus the van?
It's way more comfortable. The van is way more comfortable.
Do you think we would have survived the night in a tent?
Here?
Out here, yes.
Oh, that is
because at home we have the luxury of warming up inside.
I don't know. So we did have to have the little heater. The little heater probably would have been just as good, if not better, inside the tent. I don't know. The ground is very cold. We were stepping on the ground over here in our little common area of the van, and it was cold. It was cold to the feet. So I don't know. Skeptical. I'm skeptical to say the best.
Would you try winter tent camping now that we have the van?
Yeah, I would try it. I think we need to be a lot more equipped. Like, all of my sleeping stuff is not in good shape. My sleeping mat deflates, etc., etc. So that right now, definitely not. But if I were to get a proper mat with a proper sleeping bag, I think it'll be fun.
So overall verdict. Well, there you have it, guys. Thumbs up for both of us on our first winter camping experience. This is the first of many adventures for this winter season, especially because it looks like we might be going into another lockdown. Fingers crossed that doesn't actually happen. But anyway, that wraps up this vlog. So Tia and Andy, out.